of fantasy football. Entourage for winning.
All right, Entourage. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody's excited about this amazing Thursday night game between the Carolina Panthers and the Houston Texans. Thursday night, just trash. But at least we got the rankings for this Sunday's games to go over and why I liked my certain players. I'm going to go over the top 10 at each position. If you want the full rankings, I cover that in my premium product. So you'll get a full list of rankings for the week that's sent out after this video, and then an updated version on Saturday after we get the final practice reports on Friday. That's why I do it. That's why I wait last minute for a lot of things. If you're interested in that, email me fantasyfootballrapper@gmail.com. DM me on Instagram at fantasyfootballrapper. I would like to also see a lot of you guys get more involved with crypto, NFTs, because that's my passion now. Just like fantasy football, that's what I'm going to be doing a lot of once fantasy football season's over. We're going to be talking a lot about that because, again, that is the future. Just look around you. Gary Vee, all these rappers now are tweeting NFTs, guys. You got to get in the game. Which is why I created the first ever fantasy football token. I'm going to be creating a NFT marketplace as well for fantasy football. So a lot of exciting stuff. So if you want to be part of that, I'll leave the link for the Telegram, the Twitter. It's got its own page and everything like that. And if you're a graphic artist, please let me know. If you're already into crypto, I'm looking for you. If you're into crypto, if you're into NFTs and you're a designer, let me know. I'm giving away free fantasy tokens, all my products for free. I'm talking about DFS, betting, private Facebook group, premium product, over $500 worth of prizes for free. So I'm looking for you. Now, for the reason we're here. We'll start with the quarterbacks. All right. Number one. Duh. Hold up. Let me get here to the side so that is not blocking me. I mean, Kyler Murray's been number one. He's playing the Jags. I'm not going to even go over that. Lamar Jackson coming off a really good game. Kansas City runs a ton. He's a one-man show facing the Detroit Lions. Can't argue there. Number three, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's Patrick Mahomes. And it's interesting because he has a tough matchup. You know, the Chargers defense has been really good the past 2 weeks. And here's a little kicker for you. After this week, pick up the Chargers defense because I think they could be probably a top 5, definitely a top 10 defense. And they did a damn good job against the Dallas Cowboys, you know, arguably besides the Chiefs, the toughest defense to defend against. So, and here's another thing. I'm not even that worried, you know, about the Chiefs. Not because the Chiefs are good or aren't good, because I think Chargers defense is that good. And not only that, here's the thing, guys. When you play a team twice a year, you know that team better than everyone else. So it's a lot harder for a team like Seattle to play the Chiefs that's only used to playing them once every couple of years than a team. So this is going to be more defensively than people think. But at the same time, it's Mahomes at home. You can't bet against them, which means Herbert's got to put up points as well. And the Kansas City defense is not as good as the Kansas City offense. And Mahomes at home is going to put up points. Herbert has not looked good these last 2 weeks. And here's the kicker. Remember what Patrick Mahomes said when I forgot they asked him. They were like, "What do you think about Justin Herbert?" He was like, "Who?" Or, "Well, he's got to prove himself first." Or he says something. Damn, I should have got the quote. But anyway, players don't forget. They might shrug it off. Players don't forget. You better believe Justin Herbert's going to want to play good this game. Number 5, Russ is cooking. Russ is cooking. He didn't cook when he needed to this past week. Called out by his coach, Pete Carroll. But he's still Russell Wilson. And let's face it, Minnesota secondary, got Wilson at number 5. Number 6, this one might be a little more defensive than people care to admit. Philadelphia's defense looked really good. They didn't lose last week because their offense fell a little short. Dallas defense has been better than expected. Dallas is out Michael Gallup, so a little bit of a hit. Philadelphia very good against the run. Darius Slay and who they signed? Steve Nelson been very good at corner. So again, division rival. This one might be a little more defensive as well. But again, still Dallas offense. Dak Prescott, you can't really move him too low. Jalen Hurts. He lost last game, but he still had over 80 yards rushing. And depending on the league, I think he had like 23 points in my league. So he is got an awesome floor. His floor is as safe can get because of his ability to run the football, which is why he's at number 7. Number 8, Josh Allen does not look good these first 2 weeks. Now, we could attribute some of that to the schedule. Week 1, Pittsburgh. Week 2, Miami. Their strength is the secondary, and they were just blowing them out. And now week 3, he's got to face Team Washington. That's about as brutal a schedule as you can start with. So that's why Josh Allen, normally he'll be a lot higher, but this week he's at number 8. Number 9, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, if there's a kryptonite for Aaron Rodgers, it is the San Francisco 49ers. He always struggles against San Francisco. And and he's from there, which is pretty sad, or he's from California at least. But he always struggles against San Francisco. They got his numbers, and he's playing at their house. So he's still Aaron Rodgers. He still cracks the top 10, but that's why he's at number 9. And number 10, our player who's playing tonight, Sam Darnold, lights out, averaging close to like 300 yards passing, 2 touchdowns each of his first 2 games, looking real good. And let's face it, it's the Texans. Moving quite along. Now, to our running backs. Number 1, same game, no surprise, Christian McCaffrey. I'm not going to go over this shit. Number 2, surprise, kind of ballsy, huh? Yeah, well, when you play 80% and you had extra rest, because remember, they played Thursday last week, and you were already playing 80% of snaps, and you're playing the Falcons. So here's the thing. Falcons actually not horrible at stopping the run, but they are horrible at the pass, and especially against pass-catching backs. Well, guess what? Barkley's a pass-catching back. He's going to prove it this week why he falls him at number 2. Number 3, Kansas City, another team historically bad against pass-catching backs. Austin Eckler got a ton of targets last week, and the dude is getting goal line work. I must admit, I'm quite impressed what I saw about Eckler. He has a chance to prove me wrong if he could stay healthy, and that's why he's number 3 in this week's top 10. Number 4, guys, Seattle is not a cakewalk, especially in Seattle. Well, guess what? Derrick Henry is definitely no cakewalk in Tennessee. So this is a game that, Carson Wentz might not play. I think Tennessee, even though it's a division game, they should handle them pretty convincingly, especially at home with no Wentz. And they're going to control that ball. They're going to run. Derrick Henry at home. is Money in the Bank. Number 5, New England, or Alvin Kamara going against New England. He is their whole offense. New England didn't really look that great stopping the Jets running game, which is obviously no Kamara. Ty Johnson did fairly well. So did Michael Carter, had his best game. And New England's also been a team known to struggle against pass catching backs. So I think their strength is their defense in the secondary, not as much in the run game and against pass catching backs, which is why Kamara falls in at number 5. Number 6, Aaron Jones coming off a monster game against Detroit. Gonna have a lot tougher matchup against San Francisco. We'll see which San Francisco team shows up. Is it the team that let DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams run all over them? Or is it the team that shut down the Eagles? I'm leaning towards the latter, and I think even Aaron Jones might be moving down my rankings, to be quite frank. Let's face it, week 1, he was atrocious. He had like 6 carries. Week 2, it's Detroit. You got to push that one to the side. San Francisco, though, when they got Javon Kinlaw in, that defense is a totally different unit, and I expect him to play again in week 3. So Aaron Jones is 6 for now. Number 7, Jonathan Taylor. Yep. He's got a good matchup. Now, what might hurt him is, Wentz doesn't play, if they fall from behind because they're playing at Tennessee. I think it'll be competitive. I think it'll be a competitive, again, division game. They know each other. The teams know each other. Indianapolis Colts have held their own defensively, right? And they played good offenses. Seattle week 1, the Rams week 2, and they still held within reach, right? So Jonathan Taylor, I expect him to have a good game. Sure, that ceiling might be capped. Sure, I might be moving him around the rankings. He's not cemented either, but right now he's my number 7. This guy, he might be moving up or down as well, depending whether he plays. He sat out again, practice. That's not a good sign. If he was limited, I'd feel better, but we won't really know anything until tomorrow. My guess is tomorrow he'll get a limited practice and he'll be a game time decision on Sunday. If he plays, you're suiting him up because A, he's at home, B, there's going to be a lot of points that game, and C, he's Dalvin Cook. 9, here's another player that could be moving up. I don't think he'll be moving down. I think he'll be moving up. And by the way, guys, 4th best running back in PPR. Yes, my guy, Nick Chubb. I catch a lot of shit, but he's doing his thing. And I was behind him when people thought Kareem Hunt was going to take his job and was the better back. Imagine that. Now it just seems crazy. But there was a time that I was really putting my reputation on the line and could have been the laughingstock of fantasy football if shit backfired. Thankfully, it didn't. I still have my job. And he's proving the naysayers wrong, and he'll do it again against Chicago, even though Chicago's got a tough defense. But I expect a low-scoring game, which means even more Nick Chubb. And eventually, once you keep pounding and pounding and pounding that wall, boom, it eventually breaks. And Nick Chubb, by the time the 3rd, 4th quarter comes, he'll probably have like 30 yards. You know that Nick Chubb game where he always has you think, oh, Nick Chubb sucks. He's fucking killing me. And all of a sudden the 4th quarter comes and he breaks for a 40-yard run. And then by the end of the game, he has 100 yards and a touchdown. I believe it'll be one of those games. So be patient. My other guy, been kind of disappointment, but relax, guys. Relax. I really think I've been getting a lot of, Antonio Gibson questions as usual. Are you worried about Gibson? Blah, blah, blah. Is McKissick going to do this, that, and the other? Is his shoulder really bothering him? And the answer to all those questions is no. It's none of that. I really just think it was a situation of game flow. It was just game flow. I think that touchdown McKissick got, he shouldn't have had that. That was just, Gibson coming in for a breather. And unfortunately, he scored because the Giants forgot to play defense that play. All right. Now, the rest of that, they were in a hurry-up offense. So, yes, there's going to be times that, and that's the case with Chubb, and that's the case with Taylor, and that's the case of 90% of teams. There's going to be times where if these teams are in a hurry-up offense, they might want to use Nyheim Hines or J.D. McKissick or Kareem Hunt. Like, it just is what it is. All right. Part of the reason I like Gibson, Taylor, and Chubb, a huge part of it, very, very huge, is for me, they're secure. They're secure in the sense that they're not injury prone. They're talented as fuck. They have huge upside. We've all seen them explode for games, but they don't come with the baggage that like Dalvin Cook comes, and even Eckler a little bit, and some of these other guys. Okay. So we got to take the good with the bad, but there will be better days. And I believe one of those days could be this weekend against the Buffalo Bills. Again, tough matchup, but big players do big things. Hold up. Let me get a water break here. I see my assistant spelled receivers wrong. That's not cool, but we'll let her slide. So my wide receivers. Surprise, surprise, rapper. You must be the most hard-headed motherfucker out there. I am. I'm a tourist, I admit. But no, here's the thing, guys. We've seen this before. Again, big players do big things. You know, it's just unfortunate when you struggle the first 2 weeks of the year because it looks that much better. But the truth of the matter is, you know, there's been situations, and his struggles hasn't been, it's not like he's getting donuts either, right? It's just Tyler Lockett's been really good. And here's the thing about Lockett. Lockett really isn't doing anything different. We've seen this. It's not like all of a sudden, oh, they're featuring Lockett more. No, DK has more targets, I believe. It's just Lockett's doing Lockett things. And Lockett, traditionally, against bad matchups, the Colts, depleted secondary, Tennessee, the worst secondary in the league, Tyler Lockett does this. This is what he does. He makes a living off it. He picks on the weak. So it's not like Tyler Lockett he's getting all these targets. No, he's not getting that much targets. He's just fucking efficient as shit, which he's always been. But don't mean he's better than DK. And guess what? We got another softball matchup against the Vikings secondary. This should be a shootout. And I'll be damned if DK Metcalf goes 3 straight weeks against 3 softball matchups and throws up a dud. Even though he did score week 1, he could have done better. So that's why he's my number 1. Take it or leave it. There's risk. No risk it, no biscuit. Number 2, Devontae. I mean, he's a target hog. Like, what can I say? He should be number 1 or 2 every week. Number 3, DeAndre Hopkins against the Jags. No-brainer. Another guy who's been a little quiet. Well, that's going to end. Because you know what? Monkey see, monkey do. You know how big players think? Oh, DK getting his. Oh, I'm going to shot. Oh, DK, you in my house. So, yeah, Justin Jefferson finally erupts. Because here's the kicker, guys. I told you guys, if you don't watch my content, you need to watch the preview. Because guess what? When I do the preview, sorry about that, guys. Because when I do the preview, that's usually when I've watched the film. Right now, I'm just talking out of my ass. No, not really. I'm just talking based on experience, looking at the matchups, knowing what I know. But I haven't really dug down in the film. And I told you guys last week, I was like, and you guys know, I don't like Julio Jones. I don't like season long. Not personally. I think he's phenomenal. I think Julio Jones is easily a top 3 to 5 all-time great receiver. Let's clear the air. But you know, I just don't like him this year in the Tennessee offense. But what I say, I was like, I like Julio Jones. You know why I like Julio Jones? 2 reasons. Number 1, I always say, what's the most important thing? Game flow. Go after games that have a lot of points. Number 2, go after fucking Eric Flowers. So whoever Eric Flowers, or is it? Yeah, I think it's Eric Flowers. Is it Trey Flowers? Is it Trey Flowers? Eric? One of the Flowers. Go after that motherfucker. You want to have a good game? Whoever that motherfucker's guarding, gonna have a good game. That's why I like Julio. It's always usually the second receiver. So Justin Jefferson, depending who Flowers is going to cover, I'm sure it'll be split. At some point, Jefferson will be against Flowers. And at that point, he going to make him look silly. Silly. Justin Jefferson, bounce back game. Like, he should be even higher, to be quite frank. I mean, this guy is money in the bank. Best receiver in fantasy right now. And you can make an argument for him being number one. And the Bucks are without their starting slot corner. So he's going up against the backup. He'll probably be moving higher. Tyreek Hill at home. Tyreek Hill, it's funny because the Chargers usually always have a good secondary. You know, in the past, they've had Casey Hayward, Desmond King. It doesn't matter. One thing I know is about Tyreek Hill, he's kind of like Aaron Jones, even though Aaron Jones beat up on the Detroit Lions. Like, when you think Aaron Jones got a tough matchup, like in the past against the Bears, the Vikings, when they actually had a good run defense, he'll just come through, and that's Tyreek. Tyreek, the harder the competition, the bigger the stage, whether it's a Super Bowl, it's Monday night, Tyreek always comes to play. And this Sunday will be no different. So, yeah, Chargers have a great secondary. Might affect Travis Kelce. It ain't going to affect Tyreek because that man is a baller. Number 7, CeeDee Lamb leads the league in targets, I believe. Against Philly, you'd probably be seeing less Darius Slay and Steve Nelson than everybody else. So, love the matchup, love the targets, love the talent, love CeeDee Lamb. So safe. He has like the most awesome floor. I think CeeDee Lamb, you can not exaggerating because for 2 weeks we've seen it. You can make the argument, no bullshit. CeeDee Lamb is the safest NFL receiver right now. Oh yeah? Prove me wrong. Well, Kupp, as much as I love Kupp, had 2 softball matchups. Okay? He had the Chicago Bears, Indianapolis Colts. Tyreek Hill, laid a clunker in week 2. Devontae Adams, laid a clunker in week 1. Tyler Lockett, come on, he had a softball matchup. But CeeDee Lamb, he had 2 good weeks in a row, 2 good defenses, leads the league in targets. You could literally make a case that CeeDee Lamb right now is the best receiver to have on your team based on safety, floor, and upside. Seriously, not making this shit up. A.J. Brown, come on, guys. You can't keep a good dog down, especially at home. Just finished saying how Indianapolis secondary has been getting chewed up and spit out every single week. It's AJ's turn, guys. Keenan Allen. I mean, there's going to be points scored this game. Kansas City's, whatever, on defense. And Keenan Allen is an absolute target hog. Actually, you want to talk about security. Only problem is the reason you could make a case for Keenan Allen being the most secure, but the injury history says otherwise. But on a per game basis, his floor is stupid high. Since Herbert has been in the league, I wish I had a stat to throw at you, but since Herbert's been in the league, this dude averages probably over 10 targets, probably, close to 17, 18 points a game. Super, 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 super consistent. Talk about consistent. This dude had an elite year. If it wasn't for Devontae Adams, we would have been talking about Stephon Diggs like crazy. Amazing year Stephon Diggs had. And again, you can't keep a good dog down, even in a tough matchup. Team Washington, Stephon Diggs is Stephon Diggs. He will do his thing. And why he rounds out my top 10. Tight ends. This is less fun. Travis Kelce. Actually, I might be moving him down because Darren Waller. Hold on. Who does Darren Waller play? I literally just forgot. I drew a brain fart. Is it Miami? Yeah, that's right. So Darren Waller plays in Miami. That's pretty good too. Travis Kelce. But he's Travis Kelce. So I might be flip-flopping there. There's some interesting matchups though. Baltimore has been atrocious against the tight ends. Hawk has been amazing. Baltimore is going to be up a lot. Detroit's going to be throwing a lot because Baltimore is up a lot. They have nothing on offense. He's been as consistent could be. So, yeah, I might be flip-flopping on that. But right now, we'll leave it as is. We'll leave it Travis Kelce, Darren Waller. I think I'm talking myself out of that, though, to be honest. George Kittle, where you been? I mean, at some point, he's going to become George Kittle. So, and who are you gonna put over George Kittle? Now, this is a great matchup. Mark Andrews, he's also due. Detroit is trash. We know. And I mean, these are kind of like your standard top 5, right? That's why I feel like this is kind of boring. But here's my man. Noah Fant. Giants traditionally bad against tight ends. Had a score last week. Or no, wait, not Giants. I'm sorry. Denver plays another brain fart. Hold up. Denver plays. Jeez, I'm really slipping here. Who does Denver play? Where are you at, Denver? Oh, yeah, the Jets. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, the Jets, not the best. So, yeah. And just no fans really good. I mean, there's really no rhyme or reason for this. It's Kyle Pitts that plays the Giants, who are traditionally bad against the tight ends. And he's looked good. It's just a matter of time before he breaks out because that team's always going to be in shootouts. They got Calvin Ridley and nothing else, who, by the way, is going to be covered by James Bradbury, one of the few corners who actually shadows. So Russell Gage might be missing that game. This might be the game that Kyle Pitts goes nuts. So he might be moving up my ranks as well. Logan Thomas has been damn good, especially with Tyler Heinicke, who I really like, by the way. And, yeah, I mean, these are pretty much going to be your standard 8. And then this guy, we'll see what happens, but he obviously has been tearing it up. I think he's going to have a lot harder matchup, though. Now, here's where we're gonna really see, is Gronk for real? Because let's face it, guys, he lit up Dallas, he lit up Atlanta. We know they can't cover a tight end for the life of them. But now do it against the Rams defense. Now, if he does this thing against the Rams, I don't mean his thing like 2 touchdowns. That's unrealistic. I don't even mean 1 touchdown, but at least give me 10 points. That's all I'm asking for. I feel like, you know what? In a tough matchup, especially at tight end, in a tough matchup, if you give me 10 points at tight end, that shows me something. That shows me a lot more than your 2 touchdowns at Atlanta and your 2 touchdowns at Dallas, because that means I can count at you no matter what. That means I can start you. And that says a lot, because how many tight ends can we say that about? So this is a big game for Gronk. This is a prove-it game for Gronk. And last but not least, Kansas City bad against tight ends. You know, points are going to be scored. Jared Cook had a touchdown taken away last week, scored one week 1, and he rounds up my top 10. Now, for defenses. Usually, I don't like starting a defense on Thursday night. Short week, they can't game plan. But A, Carolina's damn good. B, Houston's damn bad. C, they're starting a rookie quarterback who D, did not look good at all. So, Carolina. Denver at home, one of the toughest places to play, if not the toughest places to play, with the altitude, with the crowd. Even though I love Zach Wilson, still, I'm a Zach Wilson truther. I will ride till I die. But yeah, Denver at home is something to mess with. It's nothing to mess with. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, shaky offensive line, coming off a bad loss. At home, they will be ready. I feel for Joe Burrow's life. Arizona did not look good. I was really disappointed in that defense because they looked lights out week 1. I thought they could be like Carolina. Nope. But the best cure for any ailing defense is the Jacksonville Jaguars, which they might even be moving up, honestly. 5, New England Patriots. Yes. You know, Winston, he could always turn back to his old self. I feel like, he's that Cinderella can always turn into a pumpkin, especially at New England. Gotta put New England. New England's defenses look good. The Giants. Yeah. Giants. Surprisingly, the Giants defense is better than people think. I just picked them up in Dynasty. I dropped Miami for them. So yeah, the Giants defense good. They're just playing on a short week. They held Denver in check for most of that game, and then Melvin Gordon went nuts. Teddy made some big plays, but I think Giants defense is pretty good. Playing at home, Atlanta's not very good, so I got the Giants at number 6, surprisingly. Washington, tough matchup against the Bills, but I think they're a really good defense. Got extra time to prepare. They'll make plays. They'll make turnovers. Number 9, Buffalo. Also, Buffalo. I think Carolina. New Orleans was looking really good, but then they got the injury bug. So I think right now, Carolina and Buffalo, Pittsburgh, once they get, TJ Watt and everybody together. But I think those 3 defenses have looked the best. I think eventually Washington will get their shit together. But right now, I mean, really, for 2 weeks, the 2 best defenses has been Carolina and Buffalo. And Buffalo might be moving up my ranks, even though I really like Taylor Heinicke. I think he's just a scrappy guy, and he just gets it done. He's hard to cover because he's mobile. He's accurate with the football. He's cool. Like the game that throw he made to Ricky Seals with the game on the line, that took some balls. Like, he's good, man. And then this is one of just those situations where it's Detroit. Baltimore hasn't looked good defensively, but it's Detroit. They should have a shit bowl between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. And the loser has to leave the NFL, or the coach gets fired or something, because those teams are trash. They are. Actually, Detroit has a little bit of an excuse because they have a lot of bad injuries. The Jaguars, I blame solely Urban Meyer. Okay, rant over. Now, the floor is yours, guys. Thank you for tuning in. All righty. So, do we have any questions? Love the pun. Do we actually have a actual Panthers? Oh, wait, let me get rid of this freaking thing that's just blocking my face. Do we actually have a Panthers fan? Like, is there such thing? Darren Waller for TJ Hawkinson and Mike Williams. Yeah, I would do that. Hurts or Allen? I just did the rankings, but Hurts. Thank you, Paola. Paola's been with. She's a G. She's like, honestly, we need to crown Paola. She's like the entourage queen. Either her or Monica. I don't know. It's close because they're my girls. They've been with me since forever, and they've always been in the Facebook group. Yeah, so maybe Monica is a little older. She'll be the queen, and Paola is the entourage princess. There you have it. He's not eating. What are you talking about? I'd never eat on YouTube Live. That's only Instagram Lives. Aaron Jones for Tyreek Hill, and I see you guys carrying over from the buy sell video. Aaron Jones for Tyreek Hill and DK Metcalf. I have Gibson, Carson, Robinson, Davis, DJ Moore, Sutton. I mean, yeah, it's a good deal. I mean, you're getting better value, but I still think that puts you a little skimp on running backs. So what you'll have to do is either A, fill out your bench with handcuffs, or B, then turn around and make another trade so you could get another running back, a more solid running back. Because, yeah, Chris Carson's cool, but he's a little injury prone. So, but, yeah, I mean, the value is insane. Mike Williams or Deontay Johnson flex. We'll have to see. Probably Deontay Johnson, but we'll have to see. I mean, probably Mike Williams, but if Deontay Johnson plays against Cincy, I will go Deontay Johnson if he plays, but he might not play, so he's injured. Fields or Tannehill? I will go Fields. Yeah, go Fields. Actually, I don't know, man. At Cleveland, I'll go Tannehill. I'll play safe because Tannehill's at home, banged up secondary. I'll go Tannehill. Thank you, Max. Oh, and then Max is my son, but you guys knew that already. So on this live, we got a queen, a princess, and Max has always been my son. So now we need my right hand commander in chief. Thoughts on tonight's game, bet wise? It's a high spread for a short week. But man, Carolina's look really good. Houston is not. I'll take the -9. Carolina. I also take them. I think it was 27 or 28 points. I would take the over on points as well. Van Jefferson, would you play over Shenault? Jaguars versus Denver. Wait, no. Jaguars versus Baltimore, is it? No, Baltimore's Detroit. Fuck. No, Jaguars versus Arizona. I would go Shenault because you're guaranteed, I think more targets than Van Jefferson. But I mean, it's not the best play either way. They're both risky, but I would rather go Shenault. Hurts over Stafford. Yeah, I think so. It's close. But that rushing ability is a cheat code. Although I don't know. Actually, no. Fuck. I have Hurts over Stafford right now. That one's tough. I might be changing my mind already. And this is why I give you two versions of rankings. Because I just look at it like this. I think the Rams and Tampa will be higher scoring. Tampa Bay, you're not going to run on them, which means you're giving a throwing offense even more opportunity to throw. And I think that Dallas-Philly game is going to be close. I think Hurts is going to manufacture points with his legs, and he's going to do so, and he's going to give you a high floor. But I think it's also going to be hard for him to pass on Dallas, and Dallas defense is better than people thought, and Philadelphia's defense is also better than people thought. Division rivalry game, lower points. So I might have to do a little switcheroo and might be bumping Stafford over Hurts. See, this happens to me all the time. And sometimes that's why I think the most important thing is to just, like, when it's that close, just go with your gut. Because I'll change 101 times between now and Sunday. Bro, I'm literally changing shit like right before kickoff. Thoughts on Javonte Williams this week? Who do they play again? Why do I keep blanking out Denver? Remember Javonte Williams had a decent matchup. Oh yeah, the Jets. I mean, it's okay. I don't know if it's going to be quite the breakout that people are waiting for. I mean, he didn't break out against the Jags, which I thought was a better matchup. Yeah, the Jets, I think we think of them as a worse defense than what they are, particularly against the run. I mean, Jets were one of the best defenses against the run last year. A lot of people don't realize it. They were trash in the air, but against the run. So given the Jets are pretty decent against the run, and they shut down Damian Harris outside that 26-yard run. I think those stats were a little inflated. They had a tougher time containing White out of the backfield and catching passes, and he had a touchdown as well. But, I mean, I don't think Javonte Williams has a particularly high ceiling this game. I think it's possible he could sneak in the end zone, which will enhance salvage his play. So I look at him as a flex play, but I still think his upside is limited given that the matchup is not great and more importantly that he's still splitting touches. So, Still under 15 touches. Just got notified. Yeah, that he's just getting rest. Don't worry about Lamar. Michael Carter versus Williams. Nice storyline to the game. Oh, yeah. True. Didn't even think about that. Javonte Williams or Trey Sermon if he clears concussion. Trey Sermon going against the Green Bay Packers. Well, here's the thing. Trey Sermon has more upside, but a lot more risk. So I would take Javonte. You don't want to get, too risky. It's early in the year. Now, if you want to do that in DFS, go for it. But season long, I'm gonna be got 5 more minutes, and then I'll send your rankings. All of you guys who have the premium will be getting that inbox, and it's only $20, guys. Like the whole season, or $5 a month if you want to do it that way. But $20 whole season. Waiver wire gems and free agent finds on Tuesday. Waiver or trade targets, buy, sell, hold. My complete list last night. Today is the first version of the rankings, and it's Saturday, my rankings. And please, any of my crypto heads, I want to build this community. I want us to be like a real community, like expand beyond fantasy football. And this has to do with fantasy football. A, I created the first ever fantasy football token. B, the whole world is going to be NFTs. If you guys don't know what NFT is, it stands for non-fungible token. Anything you own can be made an NFT. Is literally the future. I don't know if you guys know this, but what's happening in the world, and this is inevitable between 5 and 10 years, guys, there's this thing called metaverse. So whatever we have in our physical world is going to be in our digital world. So if I have this water bottle, right? I own this water bottle. I bought it. I can make this an NFT. It will be a digital water bottle. And what's happening is people are using these digital assets in video games. That's how artists are releasing albums. Artists, like actual artists, painters, or whatever, now have them. And people are making stupid amounts of money. And a lot of these assets that people, and here's the thing, guys, I'm prepping you right now. I'm going to be releasing tokens for free. There's literally no bullshit. Look this up for your damn self. There's this thing called airdrops. What an airdrop is I release you free tokens or whatever, okay? People release tokens for free. It's kind of like promotion. If you want people to try your product, you give a free sample. There's literally people that have become millionaires from airdrops. So make sure, I'm prepping you now, that you get a wallet so you can get free tokens. Because if this is as big as I know it will be, that's very good news for you, okay? So I'm going to start incorporating more stuff with that because it's all related, guys, and you'll see once we start getting more into it. Back to your questions. Thoughts on Allen Robinson this week? It's against Cleveland. So I think he's in that wide receiver 2 range. Javonte Williams or Trey Sermon or Ayuk and flex. Damn, you like living on the edge there, pal. Why are we doing this to yourself? Like Ayuk, what does he got? Like 2 points in 2 weeks? Trey Sermon got less than that. Like, I think we need to find better options. Would you give up Chubb for Zeke and Barkley and someone else? Would you give up Chubb for Zeke and Barkley? You give up Chubb and you get Zeke and Barkley? Yeah, I would do that. As much as I love Chubb, everybody got a price. All right, guys, I'm going to take the last questions. If not, I'm out. Please give a like before you leave. Helps the algorithm. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in every day, every week. I'm striving to get better on my content, on my research, on my graphics, everything. So if there's something that you guys want to see, comment down below. If you want to get part of the crypto community, make sure you follow Telegram, the Twitter. Once again, guys, love y'all. Peace.